Hello, my name's Noah. I've seen a post being shared around Twitter and Facebook recently that says that Antifa has actually crashed an anti-paedophile event in Ireland. Um, and I saw this headline, and personally, I was rather skeptical. Antifa is not a pro-paedophilia movement. It is not, and that is just facts. Um, so I've decided to look at what the actual protest was about because for whatever reason you just can't seem to find any information on what the protest was. So after a bit of digging, I found out this event is called the March for Innocence event. And I'll read a article from the Belfast Telegraph. I'll link it in the description. Gardaí break up scuffles between protesters in Dublin, and you can tell it's the same as there is a photo of the scuffle, which you can see in the videos, which matches the street. So we know it's the same thing, and it was posted at 3:42 p.m. July 11th. So let's just have a look at this. It came as a protest attended by some right-wing campaigners took place outside Leinster House, calling for Children's Minister Roderick O'Gorman to resign over a picture with LGBT rights campaigner Peter Tatchel. Now, Roderick O'Gorman is gay. Roderick O'Gorman is gay, and he has just been appointed as the Children's Minister in Ireland's brand new government. Um, he is a proud gay man, and he's a strong supporter of LGBT rights. So they're calling for this man's resignation, apparently because of he took a picture with LGBT rights campaigner Peter Tatchell. So who is Peter Tatchell? Okay, so the fuss seems to be that Roderick O'Gorman, who is a gay man, took a photo with a man who was quoted as saying, "Not all sex involving children was unwanted, abusive, or harmful." Now, I can completely understand why people would not like Peter Tatchell, but I do not understand why Roderick O'Gorman taking a photo with this man is cause to get him fired. Um, and and the way this is set out. So Antifa crashes an anti-paedophilia event in Ireland. So one, this is not an anti-paedophilia event. This is an event calling for the resignation of a gay man just for taking a photo with another gay man who has been quoted in 1997 as saying that not all sex with children um, is abusive, etc., etc. This, the labeling of it as an anti-paedophilia event is fundamentally wrong because it is not anti-paedophilia. Okay, it is anti Roderick O'Gorman. Okay, that's specifically what they're there for. To call it an anti-paedophilia event, call it an anti-paedophilia event is dishonest, very dishonest, and I believe the reason that Antifa would have crashed this is because Roderick O'Gorman has not said anything about being pro-paedophilia. The only reason that he's being attacked is because he's gay. That's it. The only reason he's being attacked is because he's gay. I cannot find anything that Roderick O'Gorman has said that paedophilia is okay. So Roderick O'Gorman is not pro-paedophilia. So Antifa crashing an anti-paedophilia event, this is a fundamental mislabeling of what happened. So let's just sum this up. The headlines read Antifa crashes an anti-paedophilia event in Ireland. The real story, Antifa crashes an event calling for the resignation of a gay man who took a photo once with a man who was quoted as saying, "Not all sex with children is abusive," um, and the like. I'll get the actual quote up on the screen now. Let's just read out Roderick O'Gorman's official Twitter statement about what about this protest. So, a small group of people with a very clear agenda have been making allegations about me on social media over the past few days. I'm taking this opportunity to set the record straight. This week, my hope was to refocus on getting stuck into my new role as a minister. However, over the last few days, there have been claims made online about me which I cannot allow to stand uncorrected. The accusations are rooted in homophobia, stoked by anonymous far-right Twitter accounts. These accounts are using manipulation for their own ends, playing upon the genuine, deeply held concern that we all share for child protection. I met Peter Tatchel once and took a photo. That was the only time I have met him. I knew of him as someone who stood up for LGBT people in countries where their rights were threatened. I was surprised to read some of the quotes from the 90s, which I had not read before. Any of these views would be completely abhorrent to me. I'm glad to see he's clarified and explained that what is being alleged isn't his view. Oh, well, there you go. Once we read this, he's apparently caught up with Peter Tatchell about the views and shared that this isn't his view, at least not anymore. So that's a relief. Throughout my time in politics, I have fought for better protection and rights for islands vulnerable. It was on that basis that I believe I was asked to be Minister for Children, Disability, Equality and Integration. It is on this basis that I will work as Minister. While I hope this has cleared it up, everyone, this is clearly, very clearly, a completely false story that has been hyped up by far-right trolls. This is exactly what they wanted. They created a false accusation about Roderick O'Gorman being a paedophile. He is not. They said that Antifa crashed an anti-paedophile event. They did not. They crashed an event that was harassing a gay man simply for being gay, and it is based and rooted in ignorance, complete and utter ignorance. And it's plain to see, because even with the minimal information, because that people, if you look at what's being said, people really, really did not want to say what the actual march was for. And I would just like to take this moment to tell you the reason they did not tell you this is called March for Innocence. Because if you do any research like I've done today, well, tonight it's about 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this video. But if you do any sort of research about March for Innocence, you will instantly see that the only reason March for Innocence was there was to harass a gay man who was appointed the Minister for Children and Other Vulnerable Peoples, and it is solely because he is gay and that he has been put in charge of looking after. He's been put in charge as a minister to look after children. That they are angry. They are not there out of genuine concern for children. They are there out of hatred. So please, if you see this story going around, you can link them this video. I'm going to put links to everything, and I'm going to get screenshots in. I'm going to edit this all together. And if you don't want to do that, and if you want to say something yourself, tell them that this is an incorrect story and that they are being wound up. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for staying educated. Yeah, bye bye.